My beloved child, listen slowly as if time itself has paused just so I can speak to you. Let your shoulders drop, release your hands, and allow your heart not to stand guard, but to sit and rest within my embrace. For today I do not call you here to teach laws, nor to urge you to force your way forward once more. I call you to receive a fresh breath, to open a sacred door within your soul so you may know that you are not here by accident, not misplaced in this generation, not thrown into this aching earth by chance. You were sent. Yes, you were sent here. Hear me from this very moment. You are sent into these holy days to see the ones who hurt in silence and to become the gentle stream of my light. You did not come to be loud, but to be still, not to display, but to be present, not to argue with the night, but to stand quietly and let my light flow through your stillness. This world already has too many who shout. I am searching for souls who speak softly and carry heaven in every breath. Do not think your calling must begin with thunder. It begins with a whisper. Sometimes the greatest thing I do through you is not in the moment you strain to be strong, but in the moment you whisper yes from a tender heart. I do not ask for your strength. I ask for your openness. When you say yes, I move. When you release, I lift. When you become still, I speak. When you breathe, I breathe life into you. See your life as a seed hidden in sacred soil. A seed does not shout to sprout. It simply rests and waits for the hand of light. And then, without sound, life rises from within. So it is with you, my child. I am germinating something holy in your bones, something the world cannot hear, but the darkness trembles to recognize a tender light is rising, and it bears my name. There are souls who will never hear of me through mighty sermons, but they will meet me in your eyes when you look at them with unconditional love. There are hearts breaking silently. They sit before you like ordinary people, yet within them lies a ruined room. And I send you not to make them speak their pain, but to let me work quietly through the warmth you carry, through the gaze without judgment, through the peace that travels with you like breath. You think you are small, you think you are not ready, you believe you must know more, do more, be stronger before I can use you. But listen to me, deep in your bones you do not need to. I do not call the perfect, I call the soft so I may make them strong. I do not seek the completed. I choose the ones who know how to lay their head in my chest. Those who feel they are not enough are the ones who carry enough because they do not lean on themselves. They know how to listen, how to bow, how to love the weary with the humble gentleness of a heart that once bled. Those who have hurt understand hurt. Those who once searched for light will never let another sit alone in the dark. You are sent into these sacred days not to lift banners of battle, but to lift the hearts of others. You are not here to prove I am right. You are here to prove I am near. And remember this, pressed like mist upon the mirror of your soul, gentleness is also spiritual power. The world sees gentleness and calls it weakness. I see gentleness and call it fire, tempered by heaven's wisdom. There are kings who carry swords and kings who carry eyes. There are warriors who wield blades and warriors who wield mercy. And you belong to the second. You are a warrior of heaven's gentleness. And I smile as I say this because it is these warriors who terrify the darkness' most silent light that cannot be extinguished. The world believes strength lives in loudness. I know strength lives in the anointed quiet. And you, little soul of mine, have begun to feel this truth. You have seen days when your heart wanted to scream, yet you stayed still, and I held you. You have had nights when tears fell, yet you still lifted your gaze, and heaven saw, no applause, no praise. But heaven wrote those moments down, and it is those moments that make you ready for this time. You are not accidental. You are not on the sidelines. You are not a backup choice. You are the one I chose, the one I called, the one I lifted, and the one to whom I whispered. All I need is your yes. And you, in the quiet of your soul, only need to answer me. Let your heart continue opening like a flower meeting dawn after a long night. There is no rush. There is nowhere you must arrive faster than the place where you stand with me right now. Every path begins with a breath that knows it is loved. Breathe softly as if the whole sky is breathing with you. For truly you do not breathe alone. I breathe within you. This age you live in is not noisy by the ears. It is noisy in the hearts of people. Sounds no one speaks, yet every soul hears emptiness, exhaustion, the pressure to be strong, the fear of breaking. And I place you here not to become another voice in the chaos, but to become a silence that carries anointing, a silence not from lack, but from fullness. People do not need you to preach to them. They need you to sit beside them, not to fix them, but to let me touch them through your presence. When you are still, they will remember stillness exists. When you breathe peace, they will see peace is possible. When you do not tremble at the winds of life, they will know there is shelter within storms. And remember the words I wrote from eternity, words you have heard before, but today they rest closer like a whisper pressed against your forehead. Be still and know that I am God. Psalm 4, 6, 1, 0. Not stillness to hide. Not stillness from exhaustion. Stillness because you know. Know that I am at work when you rest. Know that I see when you no longer strain. Know that I care for you the moment your shoulders loosen. Know that I am the one who guards your soul with hands that never tremble. Have you noticed? There are moments when peace rises not because you pray harder, but because you let go. In those moments when your heart suddenly softens, no longer defending itself, no longer questioning its worth, peace does not merely enter you. Peace awakens from within you. It does not pour in from the outside like a flood. It has always been there like a hidden spring, waiting for you to stop long enough for it to flow. That is me, not only above in heaven, not only beside you, but within you. I do not come because you call loudly. I was there before your lips ever moved. I do not wait for you to be worthy. I come to make you know you are worthy because I am with you. And now you are stepping into a holy rhythm without having to withdraw from ordinary life, the rhythm of one who leans on me right in the midst of the world's noise. Not retreating into a wilderness, but carrying the sacred forest within the city. Not escaping sound, but keeping stillness inside, even when everything outside is moving fast. You will see wherever you go, the atmosphere will shift. People will not understand why they breathe easier near you. They won't know why suddenly their hearts find a quiet place to sit. They won't know why tears fall from their eyes without shame. They will not call it the Spirit, but I know, and you will know. Your soft light does not blind. It makes the tense unclench. It does not push them away. It draws them in. It does not say, "Listen to me," it whispers. "Rest here a moment." It does not force, it invites. It does not shout in battle. It breathes through a chest full of peace. This is how I touch humanity through you. Not with a hammer, but with oil. Not with blazing fire, but with warm flame. Not with a strike, but with a gentle hand placed on a weary back. You are sent not to hunt for faults, but to see what in people still knows how to call my name, even if they have forgotten how to speak it aloud. Your eyes are not given to judge, but to recognize the candle waiting for a spark. Your ears are not given to collect the noise of the world, but to hear the trembling beneath another's laughter. Trust me, when just one heart rests in me, darkness across an entire region quietly adjusts its boundaries because you belong to me. You are not sent to win debates, but to win in love. Not to shout my greatness, but to live as one who knows I am near. And because you know I am near, others will begin to sense me in the air you breathe in, the gentleness you carry in the way you look at them, not as puzzles to solve, but as precious souls. The world does not need more walls. It needs more tenderness. It does not need louder sermons. It needs the quiet breath of peace. It does not need more people standing above wounds. It needs someone willing to sit beside the hurting. You will heal not through sharp words, but through soft presence. And in that softness, heaven moves. My beloved, let me say this slowly so it settles like morning light through an open window. You were not placed in this life just to exist, just to finish tasks, just to wear an ordinary face in a hurried crowd. You were placed here to see deeper, not with your eyes, but with your soul. Not to observe life, but to listen to it. Not to walk past people, but to touch them, even if only by the quiet grace of your presence. I see you walking through crowded streets. Your ears hear engines, your eyes see faces, yet your heart hears something else. The hidden sigh of the woman rushing to buy vegetables to cook for her family. The fatigue in the young man staring at his phone, trying to look cheerful though. His eyes betray sorrow, the loneliness of the elderly soul leaning on a cane, moving slower than the pulse of the city. You do not know them yet. Your heart softens each time your eyes meet theirs. Do not think this is random emotion. It is my sign that I am awakening your gift of sensing pain in silence. I have given you eyes that notice what others skip past, the trembling hand, holding a coffee cup trying to appear calm, the shoulders that droop once they think no one is watching, the forced smile tugging unevenly across a hurting heart, the long silence before someone whispers, "I'm fine. You were not trained for this. You were born with it, and I am enlarging it within you." You may think you are too sensitive, too soft, too easily moved, too affected by others' pain. But child, I did not give you that heart to burden you. I gave it so I could touch humanity through you. You feel because I feel. You ache because I am seeing that ache through your eyes. You breathe deeply because my spirit is tapping a rhythm in your chest. Sensitivity is where I place heaven's ear inside a human soul. And even in the most ordinary moments, I am still working. When you wake to the sound of your neighbor's door, or a little bird chirping outside, or water pouring into a kettle, those everyday sounds remind you that you are part of my living stream, never alone in your little room. When you wait at a red light while the world rushes by, your heart becomes as still as a lake because I am with you in that noise. When you sit in a simple cafe and the warm yellow light falls on the calloused hands of the server, I place a gentle question in your spirit. Do you see? There are warriors here too, fighting quietly in ways you do not yet understand. Even when you wash dishes, sweep floors, or fold clothes, in those moments that seem far too ordinary to carry meaning, I am there. Because you do not need to stand on a stage to be one I send. You are sent when you stand at the sink with a wet plate in your hand and your heart still knows how to love. You are gentle light, not a blinding flash. You are oil, not thunder. You are breath, not a storm. When you are tired after a long day lying in bed with a sigh, I do not love you any less. I sit at the edge of that bed place, my hand on your chest, and say, I am here. You do not need to speak. You do not need to prove sincerity. My love does not come to you when you are strong. It comes deepest when you are weary and unguarded. Because in tiredness your heart is real, without acting, without strain, without effort, and heaven delights in what is real. There are moments when you help someone and they never know. You hear someone's story and keep their secret like a seed hidden in the soil. You see someone cry but pretend not to notice, choosing instead to sit quietly nearby so they do not feel alone. You send a simple message that says, "Did you eat?" And they think it is casual, but their soul feels it. Someone remembers me. You buy someone a cup of tea as if offering a small share of peace. You cook a bowl of soup because I stirred tenderness inside you. You think those are small things, but water that trickles from stone still feeds a whole forest. You move through life like an ordinary person, but in truth you are a quiet priest carrying healing oil through gentle actions. The world may not applaud that, but heaven rises, angels bow, and darkness retreats. Because silent love is my power, do not look for glory in outward signs. Your glory lies in the moment you choose gentleness, when you are misunderstood, in the quiet night when you breathe. Instead of tightening your soul in the instant, you refuse to strike back at a harsh word and choose sacred silence. Instead, every time that happens, two things occur. I win within you, and darkness loses in the very battle it thought it would conquer. My child, you are doing more than you realize. You are shining in places no one sees, and I am smiling in places no ear can hear. I do not need you to perform miracles with your hands. I need miracles to unfold in your heart every day. And it is that small tenderness, that quiet, gentle gaze, that peaceful breath that will save someone you may never know you saved. So do not diminish the sacred calling of gentleness. Do not underestimate the hand that wipes a nameless tear. Do not forget, sometimes, all it takes is one timely touch, one whisper of "you are not alone," one moment when you look at someone without judgment and heaven opens. You are not here to create noise. You are here to make room for my voice to echo inside others, and you only need to say one word: yes. Beloved one, now come even closer, not with your body but with your heart. Imagine your soul leaning into me like a child resting their head on a father's chest and hearing the heartbeat of eternal life. You do not need to craft the perfect response. You do not need to polish your heart. Let your truth lie bare before me. I do not require you to be magnificent to draw near. I only ask you to be real. And now let me carve this truth deep into the stone of your heart. You were not placed in this time to wander lost. You were given to this age as my sign in the night. You are not anonymous. You are the quiet mark of heaven. You are not merely a passing breeze. You are the breath I exhale into the cracks where others believe no life can return. Many times you think I am just an ordinary person, but when I look at you, I see light upon your forehead, a light not displayed with pride, but bending shadows each time you pass by. I see compassion softening the air around you. I see a room become a home when you enter. I see others breathe deeper when you sit beside them. You think that is your personality, but no, that is oil. The oil I pour without sound, though darkness hears it loudly. This world is not only battled by swords and shouts, it is fought in long nights when someone believes they are utterly alone until they meet someone like you, someone who carries quiet, loves someone who does not rush to rescue, yet somehow awakens a heart to remember how to hope, how to trust, how to breathe again. Do not seek grand roles. Your role is to live among people without letting the world harden you. Your role is to sit beside another without needing them to know you are keeping them from collapsing. Your role is to stand gentle when others tremble hard. Your role is to walk slow when everyone else panics fast, so someone can see there is another rhythm available in this world. You think the strong are those who speak loudly. No. The strong are those who whisper heaven's truth so softly that earth still must obey. You think those who are sent stand before many. No. Some are sent to stand before one heart, and that alone is enough to change the history of a bloodline. Each time you speak softly in a tense room, I move. Each time you choose forgiveness instead of fury, armies of angels take position. Each time your eyes carry mercy toward another soul, I touch their spirit with fresh oil. Nothing you do is small in the unseen realm. Your quiet love is my strategy. Remember this picture. You are a lamp placed in a window at night, not broadcasting loudly, but guiding the lost who seek their way home. Not a light to impress, but a light to align. Not a consuming fire, but a warm flame that melts frost inside weary hearts. I am writing your identity into your very bones. You are the one sent to be gentle. Not gentle because you are weak, but gentle because you know I am strong. Not meek because you have no choice, but meek because you choose the royalty that rests inside peace. Not silent because of fear, but silent because my word in you is louder than every noise outside. And now I plant this truth in your soul like a sacred seed. The world will not change because you try to become big, but because you dare to become small in me. Water only nourishes the earth when it bends low. Light only reaches the low places when it is willing to descend. And you, my beloved, do not fear the low places, because my kingdom grows from soft soil, not from hardened stone. When you say yes, the heavens move. When you open your heart, heaven finds a passage. When you agree to let me use you in the way I choose, rather than in the way you once imagined, you hand me the key to work through you in ways beyond anything you ever believed possible about yourself. So place your hand on your chest, not as ritual, but to feel the breath. That breath is proof I am in you, and you are in me. Nothing can separate us. No fear is strong enough to pull my hand off your shoulder. No darkness is thick enough to hide your heart from my gaze. Now you hear it clearly. You are sent to see those who hurt in silence, and to become my soft light in their shadows. You don't need to know every step. You only need to let your heart whisper, "Yes, Father." Everything else is my work. You do not need to wear a mask of strength. I am your strength. You do not need to force yourself to become someone else. I chose you as you are so I may reveal myself through you. And from this moment on, you step out not as one searching for meaning, but as one carrying meaning into every room you enter. There is no thunder announcing this moment, no door slamming shut. Only a quiet breath knowing that a holy season has opened within. We are not finishing. We are only opening the door. You have heard. You have received. And I smile because you are ready. So stay here for one more heartbeat and let your soul whisper the words heaven has been waiting for. I say yes. My child, let your heart release once more. No rushing. No fear of losing what I have planted. What comes from heaven does not slip away when you stop trying to hold it. It stays the way breath stays in the lungs of the living. Light and real, silent and deep, simple yet trembling through the soul. For now, imagine your spirit stepping into a space where there is only you and me. No noise, no assignments, no pressure to get it right, no demand to be worthy. Only existence, and in that existence I wrap you fully in peace that has no conditions. Breathe in softly, and as you exhale, release what you are holding without knowing you are holding it. Every tension, every effort, every hidden fear is unraveled strand by me like a father gently untangling the knots in his child's hair without hurting the tender scalp beneath. You do not untie yourself. You simply allow me. Feel this. A sky opens above your soul, not the sky of the world whose blue fades when clouds gather. This is the inner sky where I have carved your name. This sky does not shift with moods or circumstances. It does not depend on weather. It belongs to me. And because you belong to me, this sky belongs to you. I tell you this, you are not left here to fight alone. I have seen your eyes on the weary days no one noticed. I have heard the sigh you buried so you wouldn't burden others. I have watched the nights you lay still, staring at the ceiling, wondering if anyone knew how tired you were. You thought I was far. I sat beside your bed those nights. I placed my hand on your heart when you feared it might break. I did not speak much because I know there are wounds that do not need words, only the presence of love that is real. In the world, there were moments you didn't know how to go on. But in the unseen realm, there were moments when angels looked at you with reverence because you did not walk away. You stayed with hope even when hope was as thin as a thread. And if there is even one thread, I take hold of your entire soul to lift it up. Do not measure yourself by the moments of weakness. I never do. When you are tired, I call it the moment I am closest. When you are breaking, I call it the moment my light enters fastest. When you do not know how to pray, I call it the moment I hear your heart the clearest. For some prayers have no words. They only breathe inside me. Remember this, and carve it into the stone of your heart. You do not need to be perfect to be used. You only need to be real to be loved. I did not ask you to become a golden statue. I asked you to become water. Statues are beautiful but cold. Water is tender, yet it nourishes life. Statues stand still. Water enters soil, seeps into cracks, and revives fields thought dead. And I chose you to be water. Not a roaring waterfall, not a storming river, a quiet stream. But everywhere you flow, life springs up behind you. Have you noticed? Those who lean near you breathe easier. Those who hear even a simple "have you eaten" from you feel seen. Those who sit in silence beside you feel safe. That is not personality. That is heaven living inside you. When you enter a room, something shifts. No one may describe it in words, but the unseen world knows, and I know gentle light has arrived. I chose you to be morning mist, not lightning. Mist makes no sound, yet it softens the earth to receive the seed. You are not called to make others tremble. You are sent to soften the ground. And here is a sacred secret. The ones who hurt the most are often the ones who never cry out. They smile. They excel. They appear strong. They keep going. And they are silently searching for a place to lay down their burden. I send you to be that safe place. Not the place of quick answers, but the place where they can be real. You are not sent to fix them. You are sent so that I may heal them through your presence. Let your heart become a simple wooden chair, humble yet steady, where weary souls can sit and breathe deeply without fear of being judged. For in the quiet battles within each person, sometimes what they need is not philosophy or grand words, but a resting place of peace, a corner where they can set down their burdens in silence. And you and your gentleness are that seat in the midst of a bustling street where people rush with restless hearts, yet your spirit still knows how to stand still. There will be moments when you think you are small because you do not make noise, but does the sun shout when it rises? It simply appears, and by its presence alone the world changes shade. So do you, my child. Do not worry when you do not resemble anyone. I did not form you to blend into noise. I shaped your soul to carry. My tone a sound that is soft yet breaks chains, light yet moves mountains, simple yet pierces straight into the hearts of those collapsing. With just one quiet I understand spoken from the truest place in you, darkness retreats. With one compassionate look from the eyes I placed in you, invisible bonds begin to loosen. With one hand resting on someone's back, when they think they are drowning, the spiritual ground beneath them rises again. Not because you forced it, but because I stand where you stand. You were not sent so the world would know your name. You were sent so weary souls may know mine through the gentleness you carry. Quiet love is the art of heaven, and you are learning it with a beauty, unseen by many yet recorded in heaven's heart with every beat. When you forgive without an apology, I note it. When you bite your lip so you won't retaliate, I see it. When you carry sadness alone but still smile so others won't worry, I wrap my arms around you. When you want to disappear but rise once more, I rise beside you. You think I want you strong? No. I want you in me, and strength will come like breath, without strain, without effort, without needing to prove anything to anyone. I do not need you to be the world's answer. I need you to be a window through which my light enters. When your heart opens, the door opens. And when the door opens, light flows, and wherever light flows, life grows quietly yet unshakably. You do not need perfection. You do not need to know everything. You do not need to prove anything. All I desire is that each morning you whisper yes, and I will do the rest. You are beautiful in my eyes, not with the beauty the world chases, but the beauty of a soul who sees others with kindness, who loves without binding, who stays gentle in chaos, who stands when the heart trembles, who waits when someone needs. Time, who believes when goodness is still hidden, who stays silent when the world is loud, who smiles alone when the day ends without understanding from anyone. You are beautiful because you give without demanding, because you do not consider weakness a flaw, because you do not discard the lives others overlook, because you do not need noise to feel you exist. You are not a fleeting drop on the earth. You are the stream I pour to revive dry lands. So now lower your shoulders, breathe deeply, and let me hold you with warmth that never fades. I am not finished leading you. There are deeper chambers I long to bring you into. But right this moment, I simply want you here, resting in peace, in my breath, in love without condition. With every beat of your heart, I speak into the place beyond words. You belong to me. And because you belong, you are sent into these holy days to love quietly, to heal gently, to be present like light that never needs to declare itself. I see clearly the spaces inside you, the unspoken questions, the folded worries you hide so no one sees. I do not accuse you for them. Your life has passed through roads where you had to stand before you even finished falling, where you had to smile, though your soul wanted to cry, where you kept moving, though your spirit was worn thin because there was no one else to carry the weight. I know all of it, and I did not come to tell you you should have been stronger. I came to say, you have already been so brave. Many think courage means not trembling, not fearing. But true courage is trembling and fearing, yet walking forward still, step by step, day by day. I see it, I record it, and I am proud of you. So now loosen a little. Let me lift from you the feeling that you must hold everything on your own. You no longer have to live by gripping tight. A deep breath is also a prayer. A minute lying still, doing nothing, can also be your way of letting me work. You do not always need to run. Sometimes the most beautiful living happens when you stop. Not stopping because you ran out of strength, but stopping to remember that true strength does not come from effort, but from me. How many times have you whispered to yourself, I must be stronger, I must not be weak? I never asked you to live that way. Strength is not the absence of tiredness. Strength is returning to me when you are tired. And then I lift what remains. Many people around you have no idea what you've carried. They only see the surface, the calmness on your face, but they do not see those nights when you stared at the ceiling trying to breathe slowly enough so your heart wouldn't shatter. But I see, and I never watched from a distance. I sat beside your bed on those nights, placed my hand on your forehead and whispered, I am here. The moment you felt most alone was the moment I was closest. I know there were times you wanted to disappear. Not because you wanted to end everything, but because you were so exhausted that you did not know how to keep going. You never had to hide that from me. I am not intimidated by your moments of depletion. I came for those very moments. Listen closely, you do not have to carry everything by yourself anymore. From now on, when you wake up, do not force yourself to be ready right away. Simply say, Father, I am here. I am breathing. I place this day in your hands. That is enough. I will lead the rest. There will be days when you feel not enough. I know. You compare yourself to others and feel like you fall short. You watch other people's lives move quickly while you move like a turtle. But hear me, moving slowly does not mean you are lost. The greatest trees grow slowly. Deep roots take time. You are not required to match anyone's pace. You walk with me, and heaven's rhythm is not the world's rhythm. I do not need you to finish fast. I need you to not abandon yourself. If there are days when you only manage a little, that is enough. If there are days when all you do is breathe and survive, that is already a victory. Some days you are strong, some days you are soft. When you are strong, I smile. When you are soft, I hold you. Both are beautiful to me. And when you look back at the painful chapters, do not wish you were different. Those very chapters made your heart deeper, softer, more real. There is not a single wound in you without meaning. I did not wound you, but I turn wounds into soil where love grows. So do not despise your past. It does not make you dirty, it makes you true. Never forget this. Those who understand pain become a safe place for others. That is your gift. No one gains this quality without suffering and still choosing love. When you look at someone and sense sadness behind their smile, that is not emotional weakness. That is an antenna I placed in your heart. When you feel the urge to hold someone's hand without knowing why, that is me nudging you. When your eyes fill with tears because of a simple sentence someone speaks, that is me softening your heart so it can hold more people. You are not too sensitive. You are made to feel. The world fears emotions, but I use emotion to heal souls. You are not defective. You are a precise instrument. Keep loving quietly, but don't forget you need love too. I did not send you to rescue the world. I sent you to be present, and sometimes presence begins with being present for yourself. Learn to embrace yourself with the compassion I give you. Those who know how to hold themselves gently will hold others gently. If one day you do nothing but rest, I do not call it laziness, I call it recovery. And recovery is part of the mission. When you are restored, you love better. You do not always need to be strong because I am your strength. You only need to be real. And when you are real, I am near. Rest, breathe, sit when tired, laugh when joyful, cry when sad. Do not suppress, do not pretend, do not strain. I do not reward hardness. I stay with the soft. I do not love you because of what you do. I love you because you are mine, and when you simply exist as you, my glory shines. Now pause with me for a moment. No effort. No striving to feel anything. Just breathe. My child, I know there is a quiet corner in your heart, and also a weary one. There are moments when you smile and everyone assumes you're fine, but only you know the weight behind that smile. A hill you push every day, not because anyone demands it, but because you believed you had to be strong, had to stand, had to carry others, had to be the pillar. You've been holding yourself together for so long that you started believing that strain is normal. But today I say something simple. You do not need to strain anymore. Not because you're abandoning responsibility, not because you're running away from life, but because you were never made to carry the world on your shoulders. You are not the beam holding up the sky. You are not the foundation of everything. You only need to live as yourself. The rest belongs to me. I see the old memories that cling to you, the words that once pierced you. Why are you so weak? Why aren't you like them? You failed. You disappointed us. Those words went deeper than you realized. Growing up did not erase them. They hide in your breath and the way you look at yourself in the mirror. But be clear, I did not love you because you did things right. I loved you before you knew what right or wrong was. I do not see you through expectations or comparisons. I see you the way a father sees a child learning to walk. When you fall, I love you. When you stand, I love you. When you run, I love you. When you once whispered to yourself, I should have been better, I shouldn't have failed, I heard it all, and I say clearly there is no should have. There is only now, and right now you are here with me. Your mistakes do not push me away. Your falls do not turn me from you. Moving slowly does not mean you have lost. Some lessons are learned through experience, not perfection. Some breakthroughs only happen when you can no longer push and are forced to rest, and in those moments I am not far. I am right beside you. You once believed being strong meant not crying, but true strength is knowing where to cry. Tears in front of me are not defeat. They are trust, because people only cry where they feel safe. I do not desire you to be someone who never grows tired. I desire you to be whole from the inside, because wholeness matters more than strength. I know there was a moment long ago when you decided you had to be harder than your feelings. No one taught you that life pushed you there, survival pushed you there. You whispered to yourself, don't be weak, don't lean on anyone, don't complain. And I saw that moment, saw your small, brave heart tighten so you could keep going, and I hurt with you. Today I peel those layers away. You do not need to be the ideal version. You do not need to be lovable enough. You do not need to be better. You only need to be real, and your truth is already enough for me to step in. You were not sent to fix anyone's life. You were sent to be present, so that when someone sits beside you, they breathe easier, their heart settles, and their soul stops building walls. Many times you will not need to say a single word. I speak through the way you look, through the stillness within you, through the way you never try to appear as if you know everything. And it is in the moments when you are the simplest that I touch the deepest. And hear this clearly, love does not mean sacrificing yourself until you are empty. It does not mean pouring out until nothing remains for you. Holy sacrifice does not wear you down. Holy sacrifice is giving without losing yourself, loving to the point of exhaustion, loving until you forget yourself, loving until it hurts. That is not love. That is an old wound that once forced you to be strong. From now on, I will teach you to love and still remain whole, to love by being present, not by carrying burdens, to love through listening, not through fixing, to love with softness, not by draining yourself dry. On the days you feel no one understands you, do not run from that feeling. Say instead, Father understands, and peace will enter, because you do not always need others to understand you. Sometimes you only need to know that I see you fully and never turn away. I know the quiet disappointments you carry with yourself, with your journey, with missed opportunities, with the things you tell yourself you should have accomplished by now. But nothing in your path has been wasted, and not one detour is meaningless. Every step, even the slow ones, even the ones you think were clumsy, has drawn you closer to me. When you are guarded, I am patient. When you close your heart, I sit and wait. When you doubt me, I do not grow angry. When you walk alone, I walk behind you. There has never been a moment where I left you. You are allowed to be tired. You are allowed to sit down. You are allowed to say, I am not ready yet. You are allowed to need an embrace. You do not have to carry everything, because you are not the source. I am the source. Instead of saying, I must be strong, say, Father holds me. Instead of asking, how do I have enough, ask, can I lean into you? Instead of trying to stand forever, know when to sit and let me carry you. One day you will look back and exhale, I was so hard on myself, and I will smile and say, it's okay. I was always gentle with you, even when you were not gentle with yourself. Time does not steal what I plant. The years are not lost. They are fertile soil, and you are growing, not fast, not loud, but steady. You do not need to prove anything anymore. You are not a project to be perfected. You are someone I love. So now sit with me for a moment. No conclusions, no lessons, just breathe. I am here. I am not going anywhere, not for 1 second. I do not want you perfect. I want you at peace. And every day you are getting closer to that. Child, now I want to teach you something you rarely allow yourself. You are allowed to be gentle with yourself. You do not always have to do everything. You do not always have to meet every expectation. You do not always have to open your heart to everyone. You are not obligated to be a refuge for all, especially when your own heart is seeking a place to rest. Not everyone has the right to enter your inner world. Loving someone does not mean carrying all of them on your shoulders. There are people you care about, but they do not have the right to take all your strength. There are places you pass through, but you are not required to make any of them your destination. You have given, even when your heart was weary because you feared disappointing. Others feared hurting them, feared seeming unloving. But love is not meant to empty you to the point of collapse. Loving yourself is not selfish. Loving yourself is the foundation that allows you to love rightly and enduringly. I know your quiet fear. If I do not give everything, someone will leave. If I do not offer enough, they will think I am cold. If I say no, someone will be hurt. But you were not born to live in fear. You do not need to hold anyone by force. Those who belong to your journey, I will hold. Those who do not, you do not need to cling to. Do not grasp what I have gently closed. Do not blame yourself when you cannot be everything for everyone. That is not a lack of love. That is you learning holy boundaries. You must know when to say no. Not a rebellious no, but a wise one. A no spoken by someone who knows the value of their heart. A no from someone who recognizes what I have assigned to them and what burdens were never theirs to carry. You are not the bridge for every traveler. Sometimes you are simply a resting place. People may pass through and continue on, and you do not need to lose yourself for them to walk forward. I want you to learn how to keep peace inside, not by escaping the world, but by knowing when to enter and when to step back. Know when to hold someone's hand and when to release them, so they may learn to stand with me. Not everyone you love is someone you must carry the whole way. Sometimes the truest love is trusting that I will carry them, not you. You are not the savior. You are the witness to my love. Learn to sit when your heart is weary. Learn to rest without guilt. Learn to say, today I need quiet. Silence is not abandonment. Silence is where my voice becomes clearer. Sometimes you worry because you feel distance from others. But in truth, it is simply you drawing closer to me. You do not need to pretend to feel joy when you do not. You do not need to smile when your heart needs to cry. You do not need to rush when your soul wants to move slowly. You no longer need to prove anything. You do not owe the world a version of yourself that is always brilliant. You only need to be true and at peace, and from that peace you will shine without effort. Whenever you feel tired and want to fall silent for a while, be silent. Whenever you want to speak slowly, speak slowly. Whenever all you want is a warm cup of water in a quiet corner, let yourself sit there. Sometimes drawing near to me begins not with effort, but with a cup placed before you, a long breath and a whisper. Father, I'm here. You are not lazy when you pause. You are recovering, and recovery is also an assignment. When you rest in me, you do not lose momentum, you regain breath. I do not demand you to run when your legs tremble. I want you to sit, place your hand in mine, and let me become your strength. I know you once feared being a burden to others. Now I say this when needed. Allow yourself to need someone. Not everyone, only those I have positioned rightly in your life. But even when there is no one human close, you are still not alone. Never forget this, whether you stand in a crowd or sit alone at night. I am always the closest one. There are forms of loneliness that do not come from lack of people around you, but from never allowing yourself to be weak before anyone. But now you may be weak before me. No eyes are watching, no one is judging, no comparison exists. Only my hand resting upon your heart, reminding you. You do not need to be a fortress. You are you, and that is enough. From now on, when your heart feels heavy, do not ask, why am I not stronger? Instead say, Father, my heart is heavy, and I will lift it. When you feel out of rhythm, do not tighten up. Whisper, Father, I need you, and I will breathe within you. When you feel slower than others, do not worry. Know this, I am walking in heaven's timing. I did not create you to race. I created you to live from love, and love is never rushed. Love is never loud. Love does not wear your heart down. Holy love leaves you still yourself after every act of giving. Now sit still, drop your shoulders, breathe slowly. You do not need to feel anything special. I do not require you to feel spiritual. I only ask that you breathe, because each breath taken in peace is already a prayer. I am here, not leaving, not changing, not stepping away for even a second. My child, from here I want you to walk differently, not with guardedness but with trust. Not like someone hoping chaos won't come, but like someone who knows that whatever comes, I will hold you. You do not need to predict every risk. You do not need to outrun fear. You do not need to protect yourself from all harm. You have permission to lean on me, and when you lean, you will stand stronger than when you tense up to protect yourself. I do not build walls around you out of fear. I build with peace. Peace is not a fleeting light feeling. The peace I give is foundation. It settles in your bones, not merely rests on your skin. When true peace enters, you do not need to shout to be brave. You only need to breathe and remain unshaken. There are days you think you must stay alert, keep watch, ready to defend yourself from anything that might hurt you. But fighting alone is exhausting. Now, if anything wishes to enter your life, it must pass through me first. You do not stand alone in battle. I stand before you, behind you, beside you, above you, and within you. Do not think my protection isolates you from the world. No, I do not cage you. I cover you with something soft, yet impenetrable, my presence. When you walk into a place, that presence goes before you like light before dawn. It does not shout, yet it makes darkness reluctant to come near. For so long you have guarded your heart from breaking, guarded your soul from being used, guarded your faith from being stolen. You have done well. You have done more than you realize. But now you no longer carry this alone. You no longer stand guard at the door of your heart. I stand guard. You only need to remain in me. And you will know the difference when you protect yourself. You tense. When I protect you, you breathe. There are people who do not see you, but I see. There are moments you think you are lost, but I am leading. There are places where the atmosphere feels heavy, yet your heart remains steady because your peace does not depend on place. It depends on me. And I do not change. Sometimes you do not hear me loudly. It is not because I am absent. It is because I am standing so close I do not need to raise my voice. True peace does not yell. It simply exists. Do not fear the future. Do not fear lack. Do not fear not being enough. I have already gone ahead of you. When the right moment arrives, you will know. When the right door opens, you will walk through it. Do not fear missing opportunities. I do not let what is yours run away from you. I do not write a story only to let the main character lose their place. You were not sent into this world to fear everything. You were sent to shine without striving to walk steadily, without hardening to love deeply, without losing yourself. Your light does not glare. It rests gently. Your strength does not roar. It stands firm. You do not carry a flag, you carry my breath. From this moment when you walk, do not walk to prove anything. Walk because I am with you. When you love, do not love to be loved back. Love because you were loved first. When you are at peace, do not be at peace because life is calm. Be at peace because I am where you stand. Hear this as though I write it directly to your heartbeat. Your peace is not fragile. It is your inheritance. No power has permission to touch it unless it first passes through me. If wind comes, you will stand. If night falls, you will still see your way. If the world grows loud, you will still hear me inside. Not because you are strong, but because you are mine. And being mine means you do not lose your way. Do not wait until you are perfect to believe this. Believe now. Believe with trembling hands. Believe with a heart still learning to relax. Believe while you practice peace hour by hour. Peace does not come because you are flawless. It comes because I am flawless, and you, day by day, are learning to stand inside what I planted in you, without forcing, without rushing, without proving. You only need to be present. I will do the rest. Now place your hand on your chest. Feel your heartbeat. This is not merely biology. This is my hand tapping a rhythm into you. I am here. You are safe. Step forward. My child, it is time for you to remember what you were born for. Not to float through life halfway, not to merely survive and hope the days pass quietly, not to avoid pain and call it peace. You were placed in this moment because I trust you, because heaven knows exactly where you stand on the spiritual map, because you are not late and you are not out of rhythm. You arrived in the right season, in the exact moment when I opened a door in the history of human hearts, and you are the one sent into the center of that holy movement. When I look at you, I do not see a soul simply trying to survive. I see one who has walked through many seasons and still kept a tender heart, who has continued to love even after being wounded, who has kept the light within even when the world tried to extinguish it. You have been misunderstood, forgotten, and you have stood alone in the rain. But you did not let bitterness take the place of love, and that is not weakness. It is a strength the darkness cannot explain. There are battles you fought in silence, seasons you loved without applause, moments when you lifted others, while your own heart felt heavy, times when you chose gentleness, while your wounds demanded you turn cold nights when you held on to hope though your eyes could not see a path. You were never silent, you were simply hidden. You were never drowning, you were becoming. You were never gone, you were growing. And I saw all of it, and said, now you will walk like one who knows to whom you belong. Not with noise, not with strain, but with calm certainty, like someone who knows the sky is at their back, like someone who understands each breath they carry is heaven breathing on earth. You do not need to shout to carry influence. You do not need to grasp to claim your place. You do not need to rush to prove anything. The world does not need another voice of noise. It needs someone who can carry peace into a room, and that is you. You enter where hearts tremble, and by the rootedness of your presence, the atmosphere shifts. Not because you pretend to be strong, but because I am with you. When you whisper to yourself, I am in the Father, your soul stands firm like a tree with deep roots. No one can take what I have placed in you, no door I open can be closed by human hands, no light I ignite can be extinguished by darkness. You do not need to chase miracles, for miracles go to where heaven dwells, and heaven has made its home within you. You will find yourself becoming less hurried, less afraid of being wrong, less needing to be fully understood, less anxious about losing anything. Not because you suddenly feel enough, but because you are in me and I am more than enough. I do not wait for you to be perfect to use you. I use you in each step you take to grow. No one sees your roots stretching deeper, but I do. No one hears you learning to trust in secret, but heaven hears. No one sees the tears you shed at the end of the day, but I wipe every one. No one sees the moment you move from fear to faith, but angels rejoice each time you take even one quiet, steady step forward. You are not a fleeting flash that burns and fades. You are a steady light that warms, that softens the night, that keeps darkness from claiming the whole sky. If one day you move slowly, remember that deep roots never grow fast. If peace within you comes like a small stream, do not belittle it. Even a stream can water an entire field. And if the only thing you can do some days is whisper, I am here, know that is enough for heaven to nod in delight. You do not need to wait until you feel ready, because in the very moment you tremble, my hand is the most steady. In the moment you feel small, I shine the greatest through you. In the moment you think you are doing so little, I use each breath of yours to soften someone's heart near the edge of despair. You are not the blazing sun across the sky. You are the warm lamp in a small room, and sometimes the world needs a lamp more than a sundae. This is my truth to you. You are that lamp. Breathe deeply. You do not need to force belief. Simply allow faith to grow. I am not leading you into noise. I am leading you into a quiet influence that is real, where the peace you carry makes others want to live again. You were sent into these days not to stir storms, but to remind the world that light has a gentle voice, that quiet love still saves, that peaceful presence can lift a heart back to life. When you walk, you do not walk alone. I am on your right, angels. On your left, mercy behind you, reminding you not to lose yourself. Glory ahead, preparing the way, peace within you, keeping your rhythm, and my hand rests on your shoulder with tenderness the world cannot imitate. You walk without hurry, without fear, not to prove anything, but to breathe, to live, to give love through heaven's quiet strength. You move like someone who knows the sky belongs to them, like someone who understands the Father rose for them before they ever rose for anyone else. And with each step you take, I speak in the unseen realm and into your own heart. This is my child. You do not walk alone. I am here. And now place your hand on your heart. Pause for one quiet beat. Feel the breath go in and out, because that very breath is proof. I am here. I have not left. I do not abandon you. You have learned how to stand gently, how to walk without straining, how to love without losing yourself, how to trust without needing certainty in all things. What you carry is not the product of effort, but a heart shaped by my hands day by day. Therefore you can continue with lightness in your bones, with peace soaked into every breath, with faith not born from willpower, but from my presence deep within you. Now I close this moment not with a sound of shutting, but with a breath that opens. I do not say it is finished, I say it is enough for you to take the next step. You have heard, you have received, you have softened, you have stood. And now you walk into what you are sent for, to love quietly, to heal with tenderness, to carry heaven into every room through a presence that is gentle yet sure. Go not away from here, but deeper into what I have planted. You are not walking alone. I am here. I am always here. My beloved, let your soul slow now like still water after the wind has gone. Sit like a tree that has weathered a long season of rain, and now stand still under a clear sky, not needing to cling to what has just been given, because what comes from me does not drift away simply because you do not grasp. It stays like warmth in the bones, like light in the grain of wood, like oil absorbed into the skin where eyes cannot see it yet. It has already become part of you. You do not need to hold tight to this peace. You only need to breathe, and the peace will hold you. I want you to know this moment is not an ending. It is a shift. A sacred note suspended, the last chord of a holy song whose echo remains in the air long after the piano has stopped, where sound ends, but presence fills, where words fade, yet the heart refuses to move because something divine has just brushed you softly yet deeply. You have passed through many layers with me in this hour. You have opened. You have exhaled the old fatigue. You have let me smooth the memory of the soul. You have let me untie unconscious knots. You have let me place my hand on your shoulder, on your heart, on your wound, needing no medicine, because presence itself is the healing. Now you need do nothing grand. Simply stay with me a little longer, like a child sitting beside the father after a long story. No questions left, no fear left, no reaction needed, only resting, letting the heart settle in arms that know how to hold. Feel your breath evening out, your heartbeat softening, your inner gaze calming the layers of strain once draped across your shoulders, falling like late-season leaves, not falling by force, but falling because the moment has come, falling because the burden has been given away, falling because you no longer live by the effort of self-holding. I want you to understand, you do not need to preserve this state with will, because this state did not come from will, it came from me. My peace does not sit on the surface of emotion. It rests beneath consciousness, in the place where old voices once made you tremble, but are now quiet, in the place where memories once stung, but are now soft as soil waiting for rain, in the place where fractures in you are no longer signs of failure, but doors for light to enter. I am not looking for perfection in you. I am looking for truth. And you have been true, honest, unguarded before me, not hiding, not pretending, not proving, and that is the deepest worship a soul can give. You do not need to thank me with words right now. I do not ask for ritual. I see the softness in you, and I know. I see how your heart opens like a flower after night rain. I hear your gratitude in your breath. I read your surrender in your heartbeat. I receive your trust not through your voice, but through your staying. You once believed strength came from big steps, but now you know true strength comes from the ability to sit in peace without needing to control anything, from the ability to trust that heaven does heaven's part, and you only need to allow me to hold you. From this moment on, you will discover something new. Your soul will no longer chase peace. Peace will chase you. You will no longer stretch to catch the light. You will become the place where light dwells, and what dwells does not leave when the wind shifts. It remains like warmth in the walls when winter comes. Now let me speak deeper, soft as the last ember in the hearth, yet strong enough to melt gold. You no longer need to fear losing what you have received, for I do not place blessing where it can easily fall. I place blessing in your core. When you walk, blessing walks. When you sleep, blessing lies beside you. When you rise, blessing rises first to open the door of the day. You have spent years learning how to survive. Now you will learn how to live, and living is not running. Living is knowing you are held, led, loved without condition. I know there will be moments when old voices call, when worry calls, when the past calls, but do not fear, for now you have a deeper voice inside your chest, my whisper saying you are not alone, you are not drifting, you are planted in heaven. Like roots planted in good soil, and what is rooted in me does not fall from me. When you leave this moment, do not try to hold the feeling, hold the rhythm. The rhythm of peace, the rhythm of trust, the rhythm of slow breath, the rhythm of gentle steps. Do not strain to stay spiritual. Simply be real, for when you are real, I am clearer in you than any ritual. You do not maintain the flame. I keep the flame. You do not lift your spirit alone. I lift. You do not memorize every word. I carve. You do not chase me to prevent being lost. I walk with you, so you cannot be lost. This is not discipline. This is relationship. Not striving, but abiding. Not forcing, but trusting. Not effort, but flow. And when a soul learns to flow with me, your life is no longer ruled by weight, but guided by love. My child, before I release the final word in this moment, close the eyes of your heart, place an invisible hand upon your chest, and feel this truth. Your heart beats not by your will, but by the life I placed within you. Your soul exists not because of your ability, but because I keep you. You are loved, not because you perform well, but because I chose you. And because I chose you, no one can undo it. Because I hold you, no one can steal you. Because I am with you, no darkness can pull you out of my hand. Step out from this moment not with thunder, but with breath light, as a blessing walk, as one who no longer winds themselves up to survive, but lives from a life breathed from within. I speak this, and it becomes the covering over your day. My peace will go before you like the first light of morning. My kindness will follow behind like a gentle shadow. My angels will walk beside you like the wind's quiet breath, and I will remain at the center of your heart as an unending whisper. You belong to me, and you are held. From this moment forward, you do not only carry peace, you become the place where peace rests. You are not only loved, you become love itself. You are not only healed, you become a lullaby of healing for others without striving, simply by being who you are in me. Now rise in your spirit softly, slowly, without fear of losing what you have received, because this gift does not sit in your hands, it lives within your heart. And as you go, I go. As you step, I cover. As you grow quiet, I speak in the silence. You depart, but you do not leave me. This conversation closes its lips, yet opens a way. This moment rests, yet life in me begins a new chapter. So go, not leaving love, but walking in it, not leaving peace, but carrying peace in each breath. And I seal this hour not with sound, but with truth. You do not walk alone. I am here. I will always be here. And from now on, you walk as one who knows this. May the word of the Lord continually remind you to live in His faith and His love each day. Stay connected to His voice, so you never miss the sacred whispers He desires to place in your spirit. May His blessing rest upon you. Amen.